Hi, I'm Mindy from Adventure More Acres. Today is the first day our chickens are here. We have little Easter eggers. I wanted to do the open boxing when they got here from the post office, but we only got 6 chicks out of the 10. 4 of them had passed away in transit, and it was so heartbreaking that I was not willing to show that on camera. So these are our little guys, or gals, I should say. They are Easter eggers. They will be laying multicolored eggs, such as blue and olive green, sometimes even pink. I got one over here having water. If you notice, the water dish has marbles in it. Some people rather use rocks, but that's to keep the baby chicks from standing in the water and or drowning. They can easily drink around the marbles or small gravel from your driveway or whatever you want to use. I just thought the marbles were prettier. And you see their little food dish. Nobody has even touched that yet, I think, except for my biggest one, which name is Luna. Luna is a bit crazy. She's my most active. But they have taken really to this tray of feed this morning. I've put it close to the heater, and they come out and feed and run back under. So I think maybe for the first 48 hours, I'm going to keep this little tray of food out here for them. And you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 of them right now. My youngest, or littlest, Lilith, because she's so little, is underneath the heater. She had what's called pasty butt. And that's where their feces, poopies, get all stuck up on their butt and they're unable to vent. And that can kill a chick. So it must be taken care of. It's pretty easy to do. Just a cloth with soapy water, warm water. Make sure it's nice and warm, but not too hot. And just very carefully take it across their butt, little bit by little bit, real soft, and keep soaking the rag so it's nice and wet. And just get their little bottom wet. Don't get the whole bird or they'll get too cold. Oh, here she comes, Lilith. And make sure that that vent gets opened, because if they can't go to the bathroom, they will die. So it's very important. And again, that's called pasty butt. And it's not a pleasant thing to do, but if you're going to have animals, there's going to be lots of unpleasant things you find yourself doing. Cleaning up poo-poo is only one of them. This is Lilith here. Let me see if I can show you. She's still a little damp because I just cleaned her little bottom. She had pasty butt. And she had poo-poo that was all stuck up in there. And now it seems to be vibrating a little bit there and pulsating. I'm hoping that's a good thing. Again, this is my first time with baby chicks. I had a couple ducks once before. Quite a few years ago. I was going to say a couple years ago, but my kids are much older than that. I forget how old I am sometimes. All right, this is day 1 with our chicks. They are approximately 48 hours old, and they all have already been named. The kids love watching them. We've not allowed them to actually touch or hold yet. We're going to give them a little bit more time. And as you see, they've all gone there underneath the heater to get all nice and warm. This is one of the space heaters. I will show you right here. This is my setup over this way. This is the Pride's producer. And when the chickens get old enough to move out to the coop, this actually also goes in the coop to keep the coop heated during the winter, or in your brooder. Pretty cool, huh? And it's got 2 signs, brooder or heater. So you don't have to check the temperatures and watch the temperatures. If you are using a lamp, you need to make sure you're constantly checking your temperatures, making sure your light's not too close, and they are a fire hazard. So this is why we chose to go with the heater that's less likely to catch fire. And these are not cedar chips, as some may think. These happen to be pine chips, which is much better for the chickens. Whoa, who's that just came out there? Hi there, baby. Oh, this is Sky. And this here is Luna. This is my other favorite. And Luna just took a jump. And that's why you don't hold them up very high, because sometimes they get wiggly. So keep them close to the ground. See, they're starting getting those wings ready to go. Some of them are easy to tell who they are, and some of the other ones are a little bit harder. I'm pretty sure this right here is Sky, and that's Eggnog. I just went back under. And that's Luna. I call her Luna because she's a little loony. She's trying to jump out of the box when we're on the way home from the post office. She's been the most active bird. Anyway, back to the heater. And the pine. Pine chips less about an inch. You can see how it's not very deep. And every time I come over here and play, here comes Luna. Here comes Luna to play with me. See? This is Luna Lovelace. Yeah, I think that's Harry Potter. But anyway, she's a little loony. And that there is Freya. Freya's been the second, probably the second most active. And they're one of the easiest ones to tell apart. Moving on, water, food. I'm using a 20% grower. This is the starter grower. Tractor Supply is where I got all my supplies. This is just a starter grower. Promotes the activity. This is my 50-pound bag. As you can see, the starter grower at 20%. These are my pine chips. The pine shavings. These can also be used in the coop. But I also have got some other stuff. When we get ready to set up the coop, I'll show you that. For setting up the nesting areas and everything. I did go ahead and get some little treats for these chicks when they're ready. Let me show you this. We got ourselves a nice little, oh, that's grit, which you need if you're going to give them treats. I think it's in my other box. I have a bag of mealworms. They love treats, and they can have some vegetables, some leafies, probably even some carrots, basic fruits. As young as this, as long as you're giving them that grit, that helps them to digest their food. And here comes Luna. Let's let her get a drink of water. We'll check on Lilith in a little bit and see how she's doing. Like I said, 6 of our 10 chickens made it. And the rest of them, except for Lilith, all seem very healthy. Lilith was the only one that seemed very quiet, shy, less moving. And I think that may have been because she had pasty butt. She is the smallest, which is why she's Lil. Trying to think if there's anything else I could show you. This is a 110-gallon tank. It is a rubber tub, not Rubbermaid. 110 gallons. It has been working perfectly here. It seems to be just the perfect size. It sits on top of my bathtub. I had to get something bigger. I was going with this rubber tub. The problem with some of the rubber tubs is they're not wide enough. And with the big heater that we got, it doesn't leave enough room for the chicks. So we had to go big or go home is what we decided. Thank you for watching today. This is Mindy from Adventure More Acres. Day 1 of our chick adventure. Join me next time. Have a good day. Bye.